once again. This is probably the last video I'm going to be doing here in the Philippines, and this is not going to be anything technical. I actually got some interesting questions sent to me directly I want to talk about. Want to go over my plans for the next couple of weeks. I'm not shooting upstairs because everything there has been taken apart, taken down, packed away, what have you. It's a couple more days and we'll be flying out of here. So yeah, it's getting close, man. Again, this is going to be non-technical stuff, so more personal, but we'll see how it goes. So the first thing I've been thinking about is, well, actually a couple things I've been thinking about. First thing though is I've actually been doing a lot more work with WordPress and designing the retiredtechie.com website. So I'm hoping to finish that up while we're traveling. Well, not so much while we're traveling, but when we get where we're going to stay in the States, I want to get that finished up, so I can restart that website, start reloading stuff. So that's one thing that's in the basket of stuff I got to get done between now and the next video I post, and we'll see how that goes. I was thinking about setting up a Discord server, so I've used Discord as a client lots of times. I mean, a lot of times back when I was playing some multiplayer games and the sound in the game was not the greatest, we'd use Discord. But yeah, I'm thinking about setting up a Discord server with, chat and maybe doing some live broadcasts or stuff like that. I'm not sure if anybody's going to be interested in that kind of stuff, but I'm looking into it, and it's actually Discord's. One of the things I'm looking into is the alternatives to Discord, because, well, Discord's a great platform. I mean, some of the people on Discord, there seems to be a whole lot of people trying to infiltrate other people's accounts and servers and what have you, and I don't know if I want to actually deal with having to harden the site against that kind of stuff. People tell me it's not that hard, but again, something new, something I'm thinking about doing. Any comments or suggestions? I've heard of a couple alternatives I'm looking at, but again, they don't really quite measure up to Discord, but we'll see how that goes. That's something else I want to do before, well, in this travel time. I want to think about that, read up on it, and see if I can come up with how I need to do this. And the final thing I want to talk about, and I gotta, a couple videos ago I said I get 3 or 4, and that's a lot, but messages directly on some subjects, I got a large number about my living in the Philippines. First off, yes, my wife's Filipino. I didn't meet her here in the Philippines, though. I met her in Australia, and that's a story unto itself. But that was back in '87. I don't think there was such a thing as passport bros back then, but whatever. Like I said, we've been married for 35 years now. 36 years last May. Yeah. Time flies. I got kids, I got grandkids. And that's one of the things we'll be doing when we get back to the States, is visiting the grandkids. Well, I guess we'll see the kids too. That's sort of goes with visiting the grandkids. Anyway, one of the questions I get is, I guess there's a lot, I have to look on YouTube. I've been told there's a lot of videos about living in the Philippines, and some people say you can get by for $1,000 a month. Some people say you can't. Some people say it's a great place. Some people say not. I'm going to have to actually watch a couple of these videos and see what people are saying, but I got some questions about that because I do live in the Philippines, and I enjoy being here in the Philippines. One thing I will say, as far as the cost of living, there's 2 factors: the lifestyle you want to maintain and where you want to live. If you want to go full native and get out of the big towns, get away from the suburbs, get out in the barrio, the country, yeah, you could get by on $1,000 a month easy, probably a lot less than that. It just depends on, like I say, the lifestyle you want to lead as well as where you're living. If you're living in the big city like Manila and you want to live a fairly Western lifestyle, yeah, that's going to be expensive. You're going to want to, that'll probably push up around $2,000 or $3,000 if that's the lifestyle you want to lead, like I say. Again, things you can do without or you need, for example, if you live out in the country, your internet is pretty much going to be limited to cell phone and cellular modems. Generally speeds about 10 to 20, that's the advertised speeds. During peak hours will be a lot lower than that. So again, if you're fine with that, you don't need to have multiple people streaming. Yeah. I've got fiber here, and it's well, by U.S. standards, I guess it's kind of cheap, but by Filipino standards, it's not. So, but then again, I've got my wife, myself, nieces, nephews, my wife's brothers and sisters. Sometimes we have a lot of people over here streaming and online, so I need it. Plus stuff I do. One thing you should know about internet here, it's all, or at least pretty much everyone I've looked at has been CG-NAT, so you'll be behind that CG-NAT wall. So if you want to run servers or anything like that, you need to look at Cloudflare tunnels or Tailscale. Some of the other things you can think about, you can do or not do with air conditioning. Our house here, the bedrooms are air conditioned, but the house itself is not. We live up here in Tagaytay, and sometimes we don't bother turning the air conditioner on at night because it does get cool up here. Not like down in the valley, but that's another big expense that if you can do without air conditioning, you can save yourself some money. Another one is hot water. All the bathrooms in this house have on-demand water heaters. They're electric. You can do without that. That's another big savings. Like I say, it depends on what you want your lifestyle to be like a lot and where you want to live. Some other things, if you want to go full native on the food, that's will definitely save you some money. However, if you want to enjoy some of the Western amenities, if you like your steaks every now and then, that's going to cost you a little more. But, and before thinking about going full native on the food, investigate some of the foods here in the Philippines. Two to start with, balut and dinuguan. Yeah. I can eat balut. I don't like to because of the odor, but the balut itself is actually fairly mild, and dinuguan I just can't. But that's if you want to go full native and live really cheaply, then you'll be eating some of the Filipino dishes. Chicken feet. Took me a while to be able to do the chicken feet thing. Yeah. Chicken nicks, same thing. But there is a lot of good food here in the Philippines too. So adobo, sinigang, arroz caldo, sopas. Yeah, lots of good food here in the Philippines. Just check out some of those so you know whether you want, when someone offers, if you want to eat that or not. That's all I can say. So again, my advice, you could live for $1,000 a month in the Philippines, but you're going to have to give up a lot of Western lifestyle. You'd have to get away from the big cities and their suburbs and a little further out in some of the smaller towns. You may want to do away with air conditioning and just use fans, or you could get by with no hot water. Yeah, you could probably get by around here for $1,000 a month. The question is, would you want to? We obviously spend a lot more than that here, but we've got a big house to maintain, and we've got air conditioning in the bedrooms, and we've got refrigerator over there, and so ours is sort of a half and half Western lifestyle, Western style, Filipino style. But it's still cheaper than a similar lifestyle would be back in the States. That I can definitely say. Even when we're living here, like I said, it'd be cheaper than if we wanted to maintain the same standards back in the States. We'd have to have a much smaller place. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we can do here, we'd have to sacrifice on back in the States, especially with the recent bout of inflation. But that's neither here nor there. So I just wanted to, I got a lot of people asking me about that. I just wanted to put my 2 cents in. So take it or leave it.